Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining in during your market hours for this webinar on Dome Surface. Dome Surface is a unique feature that we have in Quantower, which is something similar to uh, uh, different platforms. It is available as bookmap, so you can have a look at the entire market depth with this particular feature. However, considering that Indian markets only provide best five bid and offer prices, so we have no much option but to rely on the best five bid and offer prices or the tick data itself. So, considering that there are um, there are ticks available or the orders available in USD INR, so you get a better idea about how exactly you can view this particular data. So that is the reason I would like to focus initially on the USD INR futures to give you the details about what exactly is happening on the Dome surface, and then I will move to Nifty Bank Nifty charts. So if you can see, this is the Dome surface. I started at the start of the session this morning. And if you could look at it as you go back, this you can see that we found a large buy limit order at these levels. The light green indicates a large buy limit order. Okay, so this when the market went up again, it started coming down. We saw this order remaining there, and because of this, the market started moving higher. Okay, as we went higher and higher, we saw some kind of a selling or large sell orders at these levels. So initially market went up to the sell limit levels, the large sell limit level, corrected, and again we went when the market was going up, we saw that this sell limit was not completely taken out. So the moment it was taken out, you could see a large circle that is showing out here, which is an indication that somebody came and bought at market with a large quantity. Okay, and thereafter the market started going up again. We saw some kind of a selling out here. You can see that there is a reflection of selling at this range. It may not be as big as the order, uh, which is as big as the previous buy sell limit order, but definitely there was a large limit order at this level. So you can have a look at it here. Whenever the market started going up, and you saw this order protecting this particular or defending this particular level across this time period, maybe almost. I would say almost 5 minutes. It was defending this particular level, and thereafter again the market started going up. We can again you can see some kind of a buying interest coming in at these levels. Again, there is a large limit order out here that you can see with the brighter green out here. Okay, and when the market came down, even this level was defended because that this limit order was still there. Okay, so you can get an idea about what exactly is happening on the entire order book. Unfortunately, we do not have an access to full market depth or good amount of market depth. So we have to rely on the existing data that is available. Further up on this rise, you saw again large sell limit orders coming in, and market started showing resistance. Now, every time the market corrected, we saw, because there is a large buy limit order out here. Okay, probably market defending this level once again at these levels. Okay, so this is how you can look at the dome surface feature in the platform. You can also see the best buy and sell limit orders that are available on the order book as well on the right side. Okay, here all the trades that have taken place, whether the trades were done by buy or sell at market, are reflected with the color. If it is everything is in green, that means all the trades were done at buy market, and if everything is in red, that means all the trades were done at sell market. Okay, and you can see sometimes there is certain candles, you will see that there are buy and sell orders as well. So this is the basic functionality of the dome surface. We have different views for that, so that you can see different view mode in a black monochrome mode, where you can see the white indicates there is a large sell limit order. If it is below the current price, it is an indication that there is a large buy limit order. Okay. Then we have a heat map view, which is based on the uh, size of the orders that are there. So it gives you a heat map kind of a view, and large orders that are there will be reflected in orange color, or yellow or orange colors, that so that you can easily identify them these orders. Now, apart from this, I would also like to show you the functionality that we have in our platform globally, where we have a full large amount of market depth. I am showing you for the cryptocurrencies that are available. So you can see that there is the lines that you see are the ones which are having a large buy or sell limit orders. Okay, so you can see this here. All these levels, you'll see that there are large buy or sell limit orders, and that can be seen with the brighter lines that are seen on the charts. So 1 second, let me do this. So you can see here now that the market was all these levels. You will see that there are large limit orders sitting on the order book. Okay, so I would not, because we cannot trade the cryptos here through this platform. I will not focus on it. I just wanted to showcase you the capability that is available in our platform. And if any of our partner brokers give the full market depth in the future, we should be able to show this kind of a feature to you all, and you can make use of this. So now let's move on to Nifty, Bank Nifty. So you can see as the market started in the morning, ignore the initial hours of the initial few minutes of the trade, because there are a lot of trade that happens. Market really tries to consolidate because of the initial trading that happens. But as you see, after some time, maybe after 10-15 minutes of your trading, you will come to know that these levels are where the big limit orders are sitting on the order book, are defending these levels. So one such instance out here is this, where you saw large selling that happened at this level. Okay, in this range, with most of the orders were sold at market, but it was absorbed by the buyers who were sitting with the large limit orders. And once the market started recovering from here, so you saw a big move up to almost 100-point move upside in Bank Nifty. Okay, so similarly, you will see another round of selling that the buying that happened out here, where a lot of people started buying at market, but their sell limit orders were defending these levels. So even if the market went up a little bit, you can see that there was no much real buying interest in this particular at these particular levels, and sell limit orders were overpowering the buy market orders. So you can see that there is a correction that is happening. Again, market corrected almost 80-100 points from here. Okay, so I also put vWAP here, so that it gives you an indication about what exactly happening in the market, whether the market is moving above the vWAP or below the vWAP. So that gives you an indication the strength of the market whenever you do a trade. So if you are looking to do kind of a scalping trades, you could probably start looking at vWAP as a benchmark for you in terms of buying the market above the vWAP and selling the market below the vWAP. Of course, you need to also look at where exactly the big limit orders are sitting on the order book. Okay, so yesterday in our order flow webinar, we explained how exactly you can identify those big limit orders and sell limit orders, and I can show you that with the current setup as well. So if you could see this morning, there were large buy limit orders at these levels. Though it is initial candle, okay. Even when the market came down, it was at this level that was protecting the this particular level, which is an indication that at these levels there are large limit orders. Now we can't really say how to the extent of limit orders, but certainly in this at these levels, even when the market corrected below this level, we saw market defending this level. And as and when the market went up, okay, you also saw a large sell limit orders in this region. And right now, the market is defending this range because at these levels, we see definitely there are large limit orders on the buy side. And on the sell side, we have large sell limit orders. Now, this also can be seen on the dome surface as well. So whenever the market went up, probably around this range, you saw that there is you'll notice that whenever these circles are in green, okay, and these are large circles in green, that is an indication that somebody with the limit order is started selling if the price does not move higher. So if the market moves higher, obviously that the buyers are firmly in control of the market. But if the market doesn't really move higher above this level, once you start seeing this kind of a green circles, the bigger circle means the bigger limit orders are there trying to defend these levels. Okay, so same thing happens when the market is falling. You should be looking at whether there are red circles are forming, and how intense and how big those red circles are, which is an indication that there could be large limit orders sitting at the bottom of this particular level. Okay, so uh, you can start now looking at this as a very, very strong range for the market on the downside. And on this upside, you will probably see the resistance around these levels. If these two levels are taken out, we could probably see a one-sided move in the market. So let's even look at Nifty as well. So if you could look at Nifty here, we have seen there were large limit orders around these levels. Okay, and whenever that these levels happen, you see market recovering a little bit from these levels. Okay, so here you probably now what we see is that there could be a large limit order sitting around this range. Okay, let's look at the order flow panel as well. So yeah, here you can see that there are some large limit orders around this level. You can see though the value is not in line with what we want, okay, which is what we want is point below and above 30. But certainly at these levels, there are large limit orders, okay. And on the upside, we have seen that there is large limit orders at these levels, because you can see if you had attended the webinar, you could have probably done a trade with this particular data point in mind. And again, when the market recovered here, you can see I can see that there are large limit orders at this level as well. So this is an indication that you can easily identify where the big limit orders are sitting on the order book and take a decision on what you want to do. So now you can see, I can clearly say, I didn't look at this value right now. I mean, when I was talking to you, but you can see that I told you that there are large limit orders at this level. So which is an indication that you can see the value that is showing here, that is an indication that there are large limit orders at this level, because you can see RL value. Now we don't know whether this level will be defended or not, but it is an indication that there are large limit orders out there. So let's look at Bank Nifty as well. So yeah, so market is moving in a range right now. Let's look at whether these levels will be defended or not. So I see that, yeah, so people are selling at these levels, but it's still been absorbed by the market. But bear in mind that you should look at whether wait for the candle to close. Don't jump into the market just by looking at these high numbers, okay? Because there could be a possibility that the market may see a recovery from those levels, right? So you should be careful about entering the market too early. But yes, it is an indication that you can look at, okay, everywhere when I looked at these levels, there are large limit orders. So this is the level you have to keep watching. If you can see a big delta forming on the volume, probably you could start looking at selling this market below these levels. Okay, if you want to take a counter trade, probably you can start entering, assuming that, okay, I will put a very small stop loss below these levels, and I will probably enter a long trade as well. So it's all depends on what kind of a risk reward that you would like to have on a particular trade. But what happens is that you can do a trade with a very small risk in such cases. So the reward on whenever you do a trade, the reward is definitely going to be 3 to 5 times, which is a very good risk reward that you could have. And you can do a trade with probably not more than 10-15 point of risk, on a future basis. So if you're doing in probably in options, at the money options, the risk could be probably for 50 to 60% of the future risk that you're taking. So if you're taking 20-point risk, maybe maximum risk you will have on a particular option trade, maybe 10 to 12 rupees. And for that kind of a risk, if you're able to get like 50 to 70 points, it's a very good risk reward. Even if you lose probably 5 times out of 10 times, you will have a positive uh, account. So with this, I would like to, since it's a live market webinar, I would like to take some questions if you have, and like to answer them. Specifically related to the dome surface, of course, we can still look at order flow as a follow-up of yesterday's discussion that we did. So yeah, so if anybody has a question, probably raise your hand and ask a question. So I see some questions on the chat. Let me first try to answer them. Add moving average to the volume at the bottom chart. Okay, so this is different. You cannot add indicators to this particular dome surface. You cannot add indicators here. We are thinking about adding certain indicators to this particular data, panel as well. But at this point of time, you cannot add any indicators to this. However, you can do drawing tools, no problem. You can see certain volume analysis tools also, but you cannot add any indicator on this. But you can keep a side by side another chart, like say suppose you keep a chart here for your regular candlestick chart or order flow chart, and start looking at the volume averages as well. So that's no problem at all. Okay. Next is to add. Okay, please show how to add this in USD INR instrument. So it is very simple. You just have to go open the dome surface chart. You click on dome surface, type USD INR, provided you have an access to that. If you have an account with IIFL or something, you get USD INR data as well, even crude oil data as well. So when you click here IIFL USD INR, so you see that there are USD INR's weekly contract as well. But the most active one is the monthly contract, which comes with the month name in it. So you can just click here, November, and you will start seeing the data of dome surface. Only thing you can keep in mind that dome surface does not provide the historical market depth data. So it will start updating from the time you load the chart at this point of time. What we are going to come up with is at least the tick data of the past 1 or 2 sessions will be made available when in the next updates that we're thinking of. So you will also, when you open the chart up to this level, right, you will have a tick data chart with the circles that are available. And after that, you will be able to see the market depth visualization as well. So this can work for even stocks as well, like, but considering that Indian Nifty, Bank Nifty does not have large, I mean, the orders at every tick prices. It is very difficult for us to show the market depth and visually see them. Though it shows the data, but it is very difficult to visually see them. Whereas if you look at some kind of stocks which is having orders at every tick price, tick level, so you can see that this is ICICI chart. We see an order at every price, right? So that's where you can see the market depth very clearly. So you can start looking into such stocks and get an idea about that as well if you're trading something stock specific. How to add dome surface? It's very simple. Just there is a separate panel for dome surface. You go here, open the dome surface panel, and add the symbol. You will get the data. Okay, so yeah, if anybody has a question, please raise your hand and ask your question so we can. See, these are the visualization settings for dome surface. So you have a monochrome view, we have a bichrome view, as which is like a color coded, and then there is a heat map view. There are other settings as well where how you would like the levels should be shown. So here we have only 10. I mean, by default it shows 10, but you can go up to 10,000 levels of market depth. But unfortunately, our market does not provide that kind of a depth. So it is of no use actually. Okay. But yes, you can adjust the trade sizes how you would like, the opacity of the trades that you would like to see. So I can probably show you with this. So if I go to the quick setting out here, so you can see that if I want the circles to be big, I can, based on the volume, right? So trade size. So you can see that by trade size percentage, and then I want to see the opacity darker or lighter, that I can do. I can also set the volume criteria. So I want to see only those circles for such trades that are of certain size, right? So suppose I want to only see big circles for trades which are above 100 lots or 200 lots traded for a particular trade. Okay, so that is possible. Okay, so there are questions. Multiple dome in one chart. Yes, there is no problem. You can have multiple domes. You can very easily. Our platform is very easy to customize to create panels. So you just create domes, open the multiple domes and bind it together. So you can have a dome surface here for one symbol. You can add, like, let's look at, say, probably ICICI Bank. Duplicate this. You can have it for Axis Bank. So now you have the dome surface for both these symbols. You can have as many symbols you want and bind them together. So go to create bind and just join this together, and you will have a bind for these two symbols or any symbols that you would like to see. So you can then go to whatever color scheme that you would like to use, and you have this data available. So you can do that. There's no problem. Okay, so there is Okay, so on the right side, you'll see the shape, which is nothing but the cumulative volume, that cumulative sizes that are there. Okay, so and the in a histogram view, you'll have a bar view, or you'll have this kind of, so what is the size of this order? So it's continuously, this is the cumulative sizes, and this is the imbalances. And there is a video on it, or I think there's a material available on our website as well, so you can have a look at it. What is limit of points? What do you mean by limit of? Pratmesh, can you ask a question? I'll allow you to ask.
Yeah, hi, Roshan sir. Thanks, thank
Yes.
you. Yeah, so there is one option show last line in the limit of points. So what does that mean?
Where you're talking about?
In the setting, in the DOM surface settings, in the general view,
Okay.
general
Okay.
tab. Yeah, the at the bottom you can see in the under miscellaneous there is one.
Custom ticks. You're talking
No, can you go to all settings, please?
which all settings?
Just below that the custom ticks. So
Okay. Okay. Okay.
yeah, here in
This.
the main setting panel. Yeah, so just
Okay.
scroll it down. Go to the bottom, please. Yeah, so that 3 lakh limit of points.
This is something which is, I think, related to limit of points. Okay, so I think that is probably it is of no use to our this thing, where where there are large what do you call market depth is available. You would like to limit certain numbers, right? Because if the entire market depth is available, so that is why it is available. So it's not of it's of no use for our market at this point of time. So.
Okay.
Mhm. So let's see what's happening in the market. What's up? Let's see at the levels. See, market continue to defend this range as of now. Even on the bank Nifty also, you can see that it's continued to defend these levels. So there are the market. Somebody sold at market, but it's absorbed by the market with the limit orders. So now let's see what is that. What is the value showing here? So you can see that there exists a large amount of buying interest at these levels. So you can see that these small RL values, which is an indication of that. Okay, so it could be, even if the market is taking out some of these levels, the new buying interest is coming at these levels. So now let's see how exactly the market defend this level. I'm not sure whether uh, throughout the session it will defend and go up. So ideally, I think the takeaway from this particular setup as of now is that there are large limited orders around these levels, large sell limit orders at these levels. So that is something that you can look at it. Somebody is asking a question: when while RL is low and bar is green and delta is negative, would that mean that while limit order selling exists, it is not very high? No, there is a large sell market order selling, not limit order selling, but it is an indication that there is a buying interest at lower levels. So there are large limit orders on the buy side rather than the sell side. Sell side, there are people who are selling at market, are absorbing. That is what happens in a absorption, right? So when normally what happens, you see a divergence with the delta and the candle prices. So if the prices are showing a recovery, or it's still showing uh, red, okay, but well above the lows of the candle, but the candle is still red, but you saw a large positive delta, which is an indication that market has found large buy limit orders at the lower range of the market, or lower range of the bar. So what is level one data? Level one data is nothing but the best bid and ask data, the bunch. So the level one data, what we see here is level two data. Actually, if I show you the data here, if I expand this, you can still see the market depth. You can see the market depth. Okay, but considering that there are no large limit orders available at every tick prices, so it is of not much of use. So that is why we are focusing right now only on the trades rather than the market depth itself. Like, however, if you look at the Nifty, I mean the INR, you would notice that this will be quite useful for you to see this in a, because here there are limit orders at every tick prices. So this is how actually. Wait, let me check if I can show you something on the international market, at least on a demo basis. Just a minute. So see, this is a chart, a dome surface of Nasdaq futures. Okay, so where we have 10,000 levels of market depth. So you will come to know exactly where the large limit orders are sitting on. This is not a live data. This is simulation data. Very soon we will be having the live data as well. But you will come to know that the where the big limit orders are sitting on the order book. So there is, whenever the prices goes to those levels, you will see that these levels are defended very well. Of course, this is right now. It's a very dull moment of the trading session in the US because of the night session. But if you see during the US hours, you would see a large amount of orders, and it helps a lot for people to make use of this particular feature and throw those markets. Probably, if somebody looks at this data, and if SGX Nifty also reflects today, the movement of SGX to Nifty also is based on the US markets, at least after the Indian hours. So people can make use of this data to trade the SGX Nifty as well, suppose if anybody has an access to it. So we'll come to know exactly where the large limit order is sitting in the entire order book. Okay, so there are a few more questions. What is the meaning of RH and RL? It's a proprietary indicator. So the significance, I think, we have a webinar on it already uploaded, Uday. So you can have a look at that. If you had attended the webinar, I'm sure you would know yesterday's webinar. You would know about this. So it's a value which should be below the current below 0.50 or above 30. That is these only if these levels are there or these values are there, we consider them significant. And for understanding this, we already have a webinar video uploaded, so you can have a look at that. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to us directly. So let's look at there's a question at 10:25 candle at 10:25 candle. Bar is green, delta is positive, RL is. I think don't jump to the market before the. So it is an indication, like if RL is 100, that means it is an indication that there are large limit orders at this level. So it is a positive sign. But at this point of time, the market has a very definite range that it is trading. See, even if the market went up closer to this level, you can see the RH forming at this level. That means these limit orders we noticed at these levels are still exist. So even if you start looking at this as a trading opportunity, you may have a very less points to gain from it. So even if you see, there is, your risk reward will not be so much. Unless, okay, you get a trade at 10-point risk. Okay, you could have got a trade at 10-point risk around these levels, but the upside potential is going to be limited because there is a large sell limit order on the order book for sure. That is again reflects because when the market went up again, you saw the RH value showing a very high value, which is an indication that I'm probably now the limit orders have shifted slightly lower as compared to what it was at these levels. So you have to be careful about this range. So when you start looking into this, start adding these kind of a drawings on your chart so that it will be very useful for you to know what exactly is happening. So any more questions? I would like to take this up. Yeah. Yeah, you can ask a question. I don't know your name, so.
Can we add vWAP on this?
Yeah, so vWAP is possible to do anywhere. Any chart you can add vWAP. You can add custom vWAP, you can add regular vWAP, no problem.
Okay, right. Thank you.
Okay. Raj, you can ask a question.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir,
Yeah,
good
Raj.
morning, sir.
Good
Sir.
morning.
So one question, sir. Sir, actually, what is the tick size you're using, sir? Actually, for Nifty, sir?
Nifty, I'm using 80. I'm using 80.
Oh, okay. So because your R by H and R by L values is different actually. That's why, sir.
Yeah, it will change with the tick size as well. Yes, that's right.
Okay, okay. And so one more, sir. So in DOM
Yeah.
surface, some power trades or scan also is possible, sir.
No, dome surface does not have has only limited volume analysis functionalities at this point of time. Power trade is not possible to add here. But yeah, you can add this in the regular order
Auto
cluster
flow
charts.
chart.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. Yeah.
So I think Shiva, many other questions are there that I've missed?
No, not really. I don't think so. There were a few Q&A questions which I already answered, and I think you have answered all the chat questions. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I think you can, as you know, that we have a Telegram channel, Telegram support channel as well. So, I mean, where you can ask questions if you have any doubts. So, please reach out to us there. And Shivam, please share the details of that.
Yeah, just one second. This one.
Okay, I think Shivam, you shared this.
No, I didn't share actually that link.
Okay,
It's
I'll do
there
that.
on
Just
my
a
another
minute.
folder. If you have you can share it.
Yeah, I'll do that. So, no problem. So on the chat, if you can see on the chat, so I will answer. I'll put the links here. So these are the links you can note down or click and join us there. I think as a start, you could probably join our Telegram channel, and then and Twitter. We have a Twitter updating every time, so we update at least 1 or 2 updates every day on Twitter as well. So any questions you have, you can join on Telegram support and discussion. So you can ask your question. Yes, we will try to edit this particular webinar and update it very soon. So no problem. Okay, so thanks a lot for joining in. And if you have any questions regarding the features, you can ask us. Today evening we have another webinar planned, right, Shiva?
Yeah, we will have a webinar on option surface. Also, there's one guy who's asking any Black Friday sale for packages.
Black Friday? No, not.
So you
Not at
get
this point of
20%
time.
discount when you go for annual subscription. Okay,
Yeah,
it's
at this
already
point
there.
of time, there is no offer going on. So I can't tell you anything at this point of time. So
Yeah.
So yeah. So in the evening, that is at what time, Shiva? 1 second.
That will be on 4.
At 4 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah.
So today's 4 o'clock. There is another webinar on option surface. I think that's an interesting thing that you can look at it. It gives you data points related to the options. Suppose anybody has not attended in the past, you can join that webinar. So you can get a lot of information related to how exactly you can look at option chain and make a trading decision. So we would like you to see there, come join that particular webinar, and if you have any questions, you can ask there as well. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good trading day.